According to new emails obtained by the Washington Post, Ginni Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, began emailing lawmakers in the state of Arizona beginning on November 9th of 2020, begging them to overturn the state's election results by sending a slate of Trump electors when it came time for the Electoral College to actually vote. In the emails, again, that have been recovered and reported on by the Washington Post, Thomas was telling the lawmakers that you have the authority. It's granted to you in the Constitution. She wrote, Article 2 of the United States Constitution gives you an awesome responsibility to choose our state's electors. Please take action to ensure that a clean slate of electors is chosen. She went on to talk about all the alleged fraud that took place in Arizona, which of course we know didn't actually happen. And yes, the wife of a Supreme Court justice was encouraging these people in the state of Arizona to throw out the Biden electors and replace them with, as she called them, a clean slate of electors, which, as we all know, would have been the Trump electors. And then in another email sent not long after that, she said, before you choose your state's electors, consider what will happen to the nation we all love if you don't stand up and lead. See, that's the begging part. That's where Ginni Thomas was starting to get desperate, so she reached out once again and, you only have hours, take advantage of this special offer right now and destroy the United States Constitution. Now, Ginni Thomas immediately needs to be hauled in front of the January 6th Select Committee. Like, immediately. That's subpoena, not even request. I don't want you to just politely ask her to come and show up in front of this Select Committee. I want a subpoena, and I want it today. That's what I want. This story came out Friday. You've had all weekend to work on the subpoena. You now have probable cause, right, to loop her into all of this potentially criminal activity. I think that subpoena ought to go out this morning. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously, what the January 6th committee does. But here's the thing. She's the wife of a Supreme Court justice. You're going to tell me that Clarence Thomas didn't know any of this was going on? They didn't sit at the dinner table at night and say, well, how was your day? Oh, you're not going to believe this. I sent an email to the legislators in Arizona begging them to overturn the election. There is no way this man wasn't at least somewhat aware of what his wife was doing. And if he was completely aloof, then that just tells you this marriage isn't really based on communication whatsoever, which again doesn't seem probable. It also, this is the big thing that concerns me, suggests that Ginni Thomas understood that if something like that were to happen, if they did toss out the Biden electors and send the Trump electors, that this is something that may be able to make its way to the Supreme Court. And I think, just my personal opinion here, because that's all we can form based on this, I think she probably did discuss this with Clarence. I think he would have been involved. And I think she knew that if this did make it to the Supreme Court, that the conservatives on that court, again, 6-3 majority, they would have had their back. They would have gone with the Trump electors. And I think she had good reason to believe that. Because I'm willing to bet, again, this is just my opinion, but I'm willing to bet that Clarence had kind of given her the go-ahead, maybe a wink and a nod type situation. Again, I don't know for sure. That's just my theory that I'm throwing out there. But this individual, Ginni Thomas, did in fact attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 election. And there is no excuse for a massive investigation, either with the January 6th Select Committee or with the Justice Department itself, to not immediately convene and find out just what the hell she was doing. What are you doing? It's over. The video's over. I'm done complaining about everything, and that's it. The end. Leave. Well, okay, if you're going to stick around, maybe you should give us a like, a comment, a share, or just subscribe to stay connected with all of our content. Or maybe you should consider becoming a member for some exclusive content and perks. Just follow the link in the description. Now, go. Just go.